Every year, the Game Awards delivers a couple of surprises, but this year feels different. There's this strange pressure building in the industry, studios holding announcements longer than usual, publishers adjusting their marketing beats, and insiders teasing things they normally wouldn't dare hint at. And when you add in how massive 2025 and 2026 are shaping up to be, you can feel that this year's show is going to be loaded with real reveals, not filler. And the first one we absolutely have to talk about is the new Dead Rising game. This one has been floating around in leaks for a while, but the new report describing a full reboot set in Hollywood is probably the strongest evidence yet. Capcom wants this franchise back in the spotlight. Internally, they've already shifted to rebuilding several of their dormant IPs, and a Hollywood set Dead Rising is exactly the level of flashy, absurd, chaos-driven reveal that would explode on social media during the Game Awards. A zombie outbreak in Hollywood practically writes itself. Celebrity parodies, film studios turned into battlegrounds, prop departments turned into weapon factories. And after the disaster of Dead Rising 4, they need a comeback moment. A full reveal at TGA would be the perfect way to frame this as a clean reboot, not a continuation. It's practically gift-wrapped for a show like this. According to many industry insiders, this new Dead Rising installment has been in development since at least 2023 under the codename Rec, and will feature the return of the beloved protagonist Frank West. This is particularly relevant as all signs point to the game being a direct sequel to the first title. We also know the title's main villain will be an extravagant and deranged film director who forces Frank and other survivors into various trials, all in the pursuit of filming his perfect movie. Next, we also absolutely have to talk about the Max Payne remake. This is almost too obvious at this point. Remedy has been quietly ramping up development. Rockstar Games is co-developing and actually investing heavily in this project, and recent internal news, including Remedy's CEO stepping down and the reported 2026 release target, lines up perfectly with a reveal happening now, not next year. If you look at Remedy's communication pattern, they always reveal a major project around a year to a year and a half before release. That puts the Game Awards right in the sweet spot. And this is Max Payne we're talking about, and it's one of the most influential action games ever made. Rockstar backing it means production values are going to be high, and whatever they're cooking is clearly big. Remedy has been up to something lately with their new Control sequel, but I'm sure the Max Payne remake is the secret one they want to reveal very soon. The remake has been rumored to overhaul the narrative pacing, expand levels, and bring Max's gritty noir atmosphere into a modern engine with fully reshot motion capture and new cinematic sequences. It's basically the perfect showpiece reveal, and it fits the Game Awards better than any other stage this year. But the game with the loudest buzz right now might honestly be God of War Egypt. The timing is too suspicious to ignore. Christopher Judge, Kratos' actor, has suddenly started hinting about Egypt. Jeff Keighley has been posting cryptic pyramids, desert imagery, and vague ancient symbol videos on his Twitter/X. Sony has been unusually quiet all year, skipping every major event, which is exactly what they did before revealing God of War Ragnarok. And then there are the leaks themselves, everything pointing to an Egyptian setting, a more mature Kratos at the peak of his experience, and the storyline centered around old gods clashing with new dynasties. The strongest rumor describes the game diving into mythic weapons tied to pharaohs and ancient rulers, which fits the tone of the Santa Monica team perfectly. Could it be a tease? Could it be a full trailer? Either way, a God of War announcement is exactly the kind of megaton reveal that closes the Game Awards, and Sony loves using this show when they want maximum reach. Everything we've been hearing from industry insiders over the last few months. It's the kind of statement that doesn't happen by accident, especially not from someone as deeply involved in the series as Judge. Combine that with reliable reports from people like Tom Henderson, who claimed earlier this year that Santa Monica Studio has indeed greenlit a new mainline entry, and it's starting to look like we're on the verge of a huge reveal. According to Henderson and other insiders, the next God of War game is said to take place in ancient Egypt, with Kratos wielding a curved Egyptian blade similar to a scimitar as his new main weapon.
Tear it open!
Going to be okay. The demon is here. It's the
Follow me.
Half-Life 3. It sounds ridiculous every time you say it, but this month has been full of the strangest, most suspicious activity surrounding Valve in years. Insiders like Special Nick have outright said they've heard something big. Steam's front page being cleared for the supposed reveal window isn't normal. Tom Anderson has been teasing a major article. Multiple industry folks have basically cleared their schedules for the exact week the Game Awards airs. Even Valve's recent silence, absolute silence, is unusual. People forget that Half-Life Alyx was revealed out of nowhere. Valve can make a sudden announcement when they feel the timing is right. And with Source 2 more mature, VR no longer a requirement, and the industry desperate for a genuinely disruptive single-player FPS, it might finally be time. Will it be a full reveal? Maybe not, but a teaser, a logo, a confirmation that it actually exists, that alone would overshadow everything else at the show. Leaks around the Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake have reached a point where it barely feels like a rumor anymore. Multiple credible reports now line up on this same thing. Ubisoft is preparing to unveil the remake very soon, and the strongest leaks, rumors, and expectation is that it'll happen at the Game Awards on December 11th, which is very soon. That timing makes sense because Ubisoft's internal financial reports point to the remake launching before the end of March 2026, which all but guarantees that the reveal has to happen in the next few weeks. They've already penciled it in internally for a release week around late March 2026, so they need marketing to start rolling almost immediately. The leaks also make it clear this won't be a simple graphical facelift. Ubisoft is reworking major systems from the ground up. The biggest shift is the move toward a more RPG-style structure, similar to what we saw in Origins and Odyssey. Its progression, gear systems, all of that is supposedly being rebuilt to fit modern Assassin's Creed conventions with the parkour system of the original Black Flag. I'm not sure how I feel about these RPG elements being mentioned, but we'll really have to wait and see for that. I love the old style games, just simple action-adventure parkour games.
Flag for security. Uplink error.
Shit, I'm out.
Please stand.
Finally.
Ubisoft has confirmed what had been floating around in rumors for a while now. The next Ghost Recon game is in development. It's codenamed Project Over, and for the first time in the series, it's going fully first person. That's not speculation anymore, this is official, confirmed directly by Ubisoft leadership in their recent financial meeting, and it's launching in 2026. Now this is a big deal. Ghost Recon hasn't really had a strong, clear direction in years. Wildlands had its fans, Breakpoint stumbled hard, and since then, there's been this feeling that the franchise wasn't sure what it wanted to be. Project Over looks like it might finally change that, and it's doing so by stepping into a space that's already highly competitive. First-person, tactical military shooters, but with its own angle. It's set during a fictional conflict called the Naiman War. We're talking full-scale regional crisis, a war-torn part of the world that's messy, morally complex, and politically charged. You play as an elite ghost unit dropped into this environment with one core goal: infiltrate, gather intel, and survive long enough to uncover a hidden traitor. Based on what's known, Ubisoft wants this game to lean more on atmosphere, tension, and slow burn immersion. You won't be sprinting through explosions, you'll be checking your corners, listening for footsteps, using recon drones and suppressors, and trying not to give away your position. Going first person wasn't just a visual decision, it completely shifts how the game plays. It makes the stealth feel tighter, the action more direct, and the pressure more intense. Internally, the devs have been studying games like Ready or Not, Modern Warfare 2019, and Squad, games that treat gunfights like tactical puzzles, not just arcade reflex tests. So don't expect Ghost Recon to go full run and gun here. Combat is supposed to feel heavy, recoil matters, sound design matters, flashlights blind you, smoke actually conceals, ammo is not unlimited, and when you screw up, you'll feel it.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는지. 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가? 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태!
weapon is a hell of a way to greet your new partner.
So you're June.
We're burning time. Now that we're all best of friends, let's make each other rich.
I'm not just here to look pretty. I've got away with celestial tech.
I see a lot of potential in this new partnership.
Let me light the way for you.
Target acquired.
Many thanks again for your help.
You should have been honest.
This place is forbidden. The price is death.
That's what it means to be a traveler.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the greatest games ever made. It's not just a western, it's a generational achievement in storytelling, world building, and attention to detail that has yet to be matched, even 6 years after launch. But recently, the community has been buzzing again because all signs point toward Rockstar quietly preparing to bring this masterpiece back into the spotlight with a brand new enhanced edition. Now, Rockstar hasn't officially confirmed anything yet, and we've got to get that out of the way first, but the smoke here is just too thick to ignore. Over the past few days, fans have caught wind of some very interesting changes. First, Rockstar's official support pages were updated with references to online migration. If you remember when GTA got its current gen upgrade, we saw the exact same thing appear in support materials before it was revealed. It's essentially a system to carry over your saves and online progression into a new version of the game, which heavily suggests something similar is on the way for Red Dead 2. On top of that, sharp-eyed Reddit users noticed that the Steam page for Redemption 2 was updated, changing some of its wording and descriptions. It might seem like nothing, but these kinds of changes often happen right before a big re-reveal. Developers do this when they're setting up new marketing beats, trailers, or even pre-order campaigns. The timing is just too perfect. So what would an enhanced edition of Red Dead 2 look like? Well, the expectations are pretty clear. This would finally be the version that PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X players have been begging for. The base game still runs at 30 frames per second on consoles, which, let's be honest, is criminal for a game this immersive. A 60 frames per second boost alone would completely transform how Red Dead feels to play. Pair that with higher resolution textures, ray tracing support, faster loading times, and quality of life upgrades, and you've got the definitive version of one of the best games of all time. return of Metro has been a long time coming, but all the leaks and whispers coming out of 4A Games point to a comeback that could very well be the best chapter in the franchise if they actually stick to their roots and give us a dark, gritty Metro experience like it's rumored to. While we're still waiting for the official reveal, it's clear that this new game will be different from the ones we've played before, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. For starters, we've had a bunch of leaks and rumors recently that talked about brand new details. It's important to note that these insiders who leaked all of this are mostly from Russia and Europe, but they're actually known to give real credible details from actual sources. But still, take all of this with a grain of salt. 88% of you watching this video right now aren't subscribed, which is crazy. Let's get that number down to 8% right now. Though if any of this turns out true, I just can't wait to see it in action. The next Metro game will reportedly return to Moscow, the city that's been both the setting and the soul of the franchise. But this time, it won't be Artyom leading us through the irradiated remnants of the world. Instead, we'll be playing as a new protagonist, someone with their own story, motivations, and ties to the world of Metro. It's a significant shift, but it opens up a whole new set of possibilities. New relationships, different approaches to survival, and what's said to be an even darker, more cynical view of the post-apocalyptic world. It's a big risk, but Metro has always thrived on shaking things up while staying true to its core principles. The leaks say this new character will be more grounded and resourceful, someone who has adapted to the world in their own unique way, perhaps even questioning the ideology of all the factions and orders that settled in this new world and what it means to survive.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
And it sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for what a...
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
Bertolt!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him!
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed. Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.